It was supposed to be a peaceful retreat, a sanctuary tucked away by a serene lake. My cabin, a cozy escape from the chaos of everyday life, was the perfect spot for fishing, quiet nights by the fire, and endless days of tranquility. But that peace was shattered when the HOA, Homeowners Association, decided to play a dangerous game. They wanted to drain my lake cabin's water supply, thinking they could get away with it, but they didn't know who they were dealing with. The first time I got wind of it was when I received a letter from the HOA telling me that they were going to redirect the water from the lake. It sounded innocuous enough at first, but the more I thought about it, the more it seemed like an attempt to undermine my property. They had no legal authority to interfere with my cabin's water supply, and to make matters worse, they were trying to bypass the legal process, assuming I wouldn't notice. I was furious, but I didn't react right away. Instead, I decided to dig a little deeper and gather evidence of their intentions. I spent a few days observing the actions of the HOA and found that they had been secretly working on rerouting the plumbing line that supplied water to my cabin. They thought they were being slick, using contractors to divert the flow without my consent, without even informing me. What they didn't realize was that I wasn't just a quiet homeowner. I had a background in plumbing and I knew exactly how their system worked. I had a detailed layout of the plumbing lines, the water sources, and all the critical junctions that made up the entire water distribution system. More importantly, I had access to the control valve that regulated the entire plumbing network that supplied water to the neighborhood, including my cabin. As they tried to drain the water, I calmly took action. I turned off the main valve that supplied water to the entire HOA complex. Suddenly, their plans unraveled. The contractors who had been working for days were left scrambling, with no water to carry out their task. Their grand plan fell apart in seconds. When the HOA realized what had happened, they were livid. But it was too late. I had already documented everything, ready to take legal action if needed. The HOA never expected someone to know their own system better than they did. They didn't just mess with the wrong homeowner, they messed with the one person who had the power to control their water supply. In the end, I didn't just stop them. From draining my cabin's water, I made sure they knew I was in control. The HOA quickly backed off, and my cabin remained as peaceful as ever. It was a hard-fought victory, but a victory nonetheless.